later.
I thought it was him again.
Matthew?
Yeah.
Why would you come round at this hour?
Well, for the same reason he hung around after closing last night.
To do what?
To give me a hard time.
Oh, wait till I see him.
Oh, as if you'll make any difference. He'll just flash you a big smile and say I'm being hysterical. Right, I'm going to prove to you that I'm not making this up.
I didn't say...
Yes, police.
Oh, not again?
Yeah, I want to report a stalker.
You're not going to come back upstairs?
Oh, I've got to finish these.
It's only ironing.
No, it's money. I promise I'll get them back to Dr. Forsyth.
Right, so you'd rather be working than being in bed with me?
Of course not.
Because we've hardly said it alight lately.
Oh, look, it's not important.
Don't patronise me.
What have I said?
Not that it's surprising, though, anyway.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're going to end up like some old char lady before long.
Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, well, take a look at the mirror, Dawn.
After what happened to Andy, I know Matthew can be a nasty piece of work.
But
Do you want me to be honest?
you always are.
I think you're overreacting. Over the land deal, they were bound to get heavy because that's what they wanted. I know it's no excuse. But with you, well, he didn't want you. He finished with you.
Oh, cheers.
It's true. And when you had a go at him, he was never going to accept it.
Oh, I know it sounds stupid, but, you know, that was it. End of story. He's the one who won't let it drop.
He'll get bored with his little games eventually.
When?
But till he does, all you can do is say please, thank you, and smile.
Be a doormat.
Move on.
I might just do that.
Hiya.
Hiya, Denzel. At least it's a friendly face.
He'll probably think it's all in my imagination, just like you.
Hiya. Oh, you can iron my clothes if you're desperate for cash.
It's so minuscule, it's hardly worth it.
Oh, my clothes aren't too skimpy, are they, Scott?
Just leave me out of it, will you?
Where's Goldilocks?
She's a bit off colour.
Why? Oh, look at all that lolly.
It's hard earned.
If only I'd got a result on that radio quiz, all my troubles would be over.
I must be mad. But you can do the odd shift here if it helps. Under strict supervision, mind.
Well, a few bob's not going to do it.
Do what?
Oh, get us a G&T.
Why do you need the money?
We'll all need money.
Better start now, then.
So he didn't make any specific threats?
He waited till I was on my own and there was no one else around. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Was he violent?
Not really.
Did he threaten violence? Right. What did he say?
Well, he was warning me off.
But did he say that he'd hurt you?
Not really. Look, I've worked in bars all over the world. I can handle these situations. I know when it's the beer talking and I know when it's...
What?
When someone is out to hurt me.
Right, do you want to press charges?
What's the point? You and Diane both think I'm overreacting.
I didn't say that. But we too need some sort of evidence.
What, like finding me beaten up in some back alley?
Right, tell you what I'll do. I'll go and have a word with him.
What good will that do?
Well, if he knows you've made a complaint, he's hardly likely to persist, is he?
I'll get him to drop off the dossiers.
Thanks. Do you think I'm a frump?
What?
Nothing. I'll see you.
No, hang on a minute. What makes you think you're a frump?
Well...
No, don't go. Look, do as you're told and sit down. Go on.
Oh, you've not seen Paddy, have you?
One of the menageries sick.
No, in fact, we've added to it. Fleas.
Oh, you haven't got fleas.
Well, it's probably the dogs again.
You're going to get Paddy to put them down.
It's pity somebody didn't put you down at birth. And you. Paddy's on his rounds, but I've got to get it sorted out because I'm off tomorrow. And there's the baby and Alice, and she's expecting.
I'm sure he won't mind you ringing him.
Oh, you are good, Diane.
Hey, Lisa, See if he's got anything for any gobby barflies.
I suppose what makes it worse is Kelly being around.
What's so special about Kelly?
Have you seen her clothes? They must have cost a fortune. I feel dowdy.
If you feel dowdy, then you'll look dowdy. Oh, sweetheart. You're a gorgeous young woman, Dawn.
Shut up.
You are. You've just got to make him see it. Mind, if he hasn't clocked it already, I wonder if he's worth the effort.
He is, I think.
Right. Well, we're going to have to do something about this, aren't we?
I'd never threaten Louise. She means an awful lot to me.
You've split up, though.
It happens, mate. Look at you and Chaz. Maybe it's something about barmaids.
This isn't some blokey chat in a pub. She's made a serious allegation.
I know, I'm sorry.
Did you threaten her?
No. I left my mobile phone in the pub and went back to get it. I realised she was thrown when I turned up, and I admit to saying we should sort out our differences. It was getting embarrassing.
And that's all?
That's all. I'm not some teenager who gets obsessed. And Louise is hardly the first woman I've been out with. In the past, when I've split up with someone, we usually stay friends. I've got the names and numbers if you want to check it out. Sad man that I am, business always comes first with me. And hassle over a woman is the last thing I need.
I don't smell no dinner cooking.
You can always do it yourself.
Oh, I'm not eating it if he makes it.
Do us a plate of taters, Emily.
She's ironing my uniform.
What do you want that for?
What do you think? We're back at school.
You never went.
Yeah, well, I've decided I'm going to go now. I want to get my GCSEs. That's smashing, Debbie.
No, it's not, because she's not going.
Well, she can't legally leave till next summer.
Oh, right, and I suppose her getting tubbed at 15 was legal.
Oh, look, you might think I'm a slapper, and everyone at school might think I'm a slapper. No one thinks that. But I'm going to prove the lot of you wrong. I'm going to do something with my life.
You've already done that. You've had her.
Well, I'm still going back.
Oh. Well, there's a first. A dingle kid kicking up a fuss about not going to school.
I'm going.
You aren't.
Right, everyone. Spring clean time.
It's not spring.
No arguments. Shift yourselves.
What's going on?
Well, we have got to clean every inch of this place, and then we've got to vacuum even under the mattresses, and then burn all the rubbish, and then spray everywhere. This is going to be a flea-free zone.
Just get rid of him. Look, yeah, of course we'll help you, love, but when we've had a few noggins down the wall,
Hey, you are not shifting until every speck of grime is gone.
We'll be here till Christmas.
Play the game, love.
Do you want that little one to scratch itself red raw?
Hey, it'd be good, this. I like cleaning.
Did you sort him then? I bet he was thrilled.
Well, he was OK about it. In fact, he was more bothered about being accused of threatening you.
So he should be.
But he was keen to sort out any misunderstanding. He came back for his phone.
Misunderstanding. I was there. I know exactly what he was on about.
He doesn't deny being here after closing time.
That's something.
Well, he hasn't denied it in case someone saw him leave.
He also admits that you'd had words earlier. He just said he wanted to sort things out. Call a truce if you like.
That's what he said.
He said the whole thing's got out of hand and he wants to move on.
Sounds like he's got the message.
Look, I'm sure you won't get any more bother. But you always know where to find me.
Thanks.
I bet you feel better now.
Of course I don't.
Denzel's warned him off.
I feel worse. Well, you're all making the right noises, but nobody seems to be listening to me. I've had enough of this.
Where are you going?
To make sure Matthew King finally gets the message.
It's not worth it. Lou!
Oh, you best take the little one outside while this dust is flying. Right, get mopping you. Oh, don't strain yourself.
Ken, don't you think it'd be a good idea for Debbie to get back to school?
No. It'd be a total waste of time. She won't even be on register.
Will she be able to see all her friends again?
Yeah, and then some lad'll get her up the duff.
She's not stupid.
No, neither am I. Emily, I know I've not been much of a dad to her, and that's probably why she's turned out like she has. But no more. She's got a kid here. A kid who needs a mother. Not someone hanging about street corners pretending a baby doesn't exist.
Oi! Look what I found under our bed.
Well, you're not mine. If you haven't forgotten, I have to keep in the barn.
Best for you to get that and all.
In the afternoons, you have been nipping up there for a kip.
Oh, that explains the smell. I thought it were you, Zach.
I don't suppose there's out left in the bowl.
Well, of course not, because you drank them all. Anyway, I want all of this lot finished before I go visiting tomorrow.
Visiting? I reckon this Granny Clegg is a figment of your imagination. You're likely to be meeting some big, hairy blacksmith in Bradford.
Oh, tell him, Zach.
You're not, are you?
Hey, hiya. I've had to come out, we've got fleas. I don't know what you're laughing at. Oh, sorry. They're spraying everything. My dad's got a right cob on because I want to go back to school.
I wish I didn't have to.
You must have a right laugh at boarding school.
Don't think so. You know, I've only just realised why I hate that place so much since I've been here. Hey, but you do all right at school, though.
Try to tell my dad that. He thinks I'm as thick as a plank. I'm sure he thinks it's not safe to let me out.
Yeah, what do parents know?
You're learning.
What words with you?
Well, this is a nice surprise.
You're not going to get to me.
I was very impressed by young Denzel. Most understanding. In fact, I might write to the Chief Constable to compliment him on his staff. He was far too good for that dingle tart.
I want you to stay out of my life. Not only have you ruined my future, but you've destroyed Terry.
No, Louise. You destroyed Terry. All you had to do was say no to me and mean it. But you couldn't. And when I ditched you, you couldn't handle it. Still can't. In fact, you probably want me back. That's the real reason why you're here.
What? I'll tell you the real reason I'm here. You're not the first man to push me around, you know. The last one who did won't do that to anyone ever again. Because...
out. Some sort of compromise.
What, like you and Paddy Kirk did?
Debbie's education's much more important than me and Paddy.
Yeah, and Sir having a mum is more important than that.
Oh, so you're writing me off?
What do you think?
You won't believe the state of that. What's up?
Debbie wants to go
Debbie, for the first time in her life, will do what she's told.
Kane!
Go in the pub.
No, Mum, nothing's wrong. It's just a thank you from Diane from when I covered when she was sick. Yeah, she insists I have a long break. No, she's doing fine. All right, then. Well, I'll call you from the airport when I get the flight sorted. OK, can't wait. See you soon.
What's going on?
I was talking to my mum.
What happened with Matthew?
You might say he's made me see some sense. I need to put as much distance between him and me as possible. Thought about 12,000 miles ought to do it. I'm going to go home. Now.
Alan, you look like the kind of gadgie who's well up on financial matters.
Well, I have achieved a level of financial security, yeah.
So, from one entrepreneur to another, how would you go about raising some dough, capital, if you needed it fast?
Don't you have a liquidity problem?
No, I'm skint. Well, short-term cash flow, sort of malarkey.
Well, now might be the time to dispose of some equity. Or raise a short-term loan secured against property.
Ah, hold your horses. I'm losing the will to live. Which may be just as well if I don't get some readies pronto.
I'll get the next round in.
It'll be a miracle if you do.
No, it's my turn. I've got to...
I found it under the chair in the B&B.
Well, thank heavens it was you.
Well, thank you. But the villages are hardly a mafia stronghold. I couldn't help noticing the photograph.
Oh, I'd forgotten that was in there.
She's very attractive.
It's my wife.
Oh.
Appearances can be deceptive.
Do you mind if I join you?
Not at all, Dad. Come on, sit down.
Got you. Dipping intel.
We're not all like you know.
Give us a pint.
He spends every summer in the south of France and then he gets loads of girls to crew his boat.
Yeah, no, but that's not all he wants you to do.
Well, it's a free holiday.
Nothing's free, Kelly. Anyway, you're not a tramp either, so don't cheapen yourself.
You got really good advice, Scott.
Oh, yeah?
You look fantastic.
What are you two drinking?
You're supposed to be broke.
Well, if we can't have fun sometimes, it's a poor show.
You can't let him drive you out.
It's not because of him.
Come on. He's threatened you again, hasn't he?
Oh, now you believe me.
Well, if you're willing to chuck it all in, he must have.
Diane, when I went round there, I wasn't worried about what he might do to me.
Well, there you are then. Problem solved. We can get back to normal.
I was worried about what I might do to him, what I wanted to do. I was this far away from stabbing him.
Oh, well, we all feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, well, I've stepped over that line once before, haven't I, Diane?
Ray Mullen was a psycho.
Oh, it's not about Ray or Matthew. It's about me. It's about how I feel inside. It's rage, I suppose. Feeling that a guy is controlling me. I hate it. I hate him so much I could stab him for it. But most of all, I hate myself. For falling for another arrogant pig, for what I did to Terry, for thinking about things that make me shudder. I've got to get out of here. I know I've got to take all this baggage with me, but if I don't go, I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
When I was your age, I'd have loved to have had a kiddie to stay at home and look after. I hadn't got much going for me then.
Yeah, but I don't want that. Once Mum said I could be whatever I wanted. I know I've done stupid things, but I want to try.
It doesn't mean your life's ended now.
Yeah, but it feels like it has. I've hardly got any friends and they'll all be back at school. I've got nothing.
You've got a baby, a lovely baby.
Don't I know it? Everyone seems to talk to Sarah more than they talk to me.
We love the pair of you.
Dad doesn't. Lisa, if I go back to school, I'm still going to see him more than someone who sticks a kid in nursery all day.
I'll have a word with him.
Really?
Yeah, but don't you get to him first. And don't expect him to change his mind. He's as stubborn as you are.
So why do you look so different?
She's not got the sprog trailing round with her.
Terry's got TJ.
I could have had Terry.
What'd you say a thing like that for?
When I was still at school, he fancied me.
Give it a rest, will you, Kelly?
What are you doing?
What? I think there's fleas in this place.
Oh, I know. I was all right before.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know about you, mate, but we all seem to be a little bit itchy. What do you reckon it is?
I'd rather have a sheep's tick stuck to my backside than a daft tart like you.
That's my sister you're talking to.
Yeah? You're an even bigger one.
Oops!
Still, be able to drown the fleas out, eh?
Yeah, thanks a bunch.
I could rally some support for you.
Start a petition.
I don't know. Gee up some of the fellas to go around and look menacing.
Or threaten him.
Whatever it takes.
It's the Kings. I mean, they wrecked Jack's family over a single solitary field. Matthew'll have me. He'll probably get someone else to do it, but he'll have me. He will, Diane.
Same again.
Thank you. No, Stephanie, he's a good chap, that Owen.
I know.
Any romantic implications?
He's a doctor, Dad.
Are there?
He's just a nice bloke who doesn't see fit to judge me, that's all.
Good. I'm pleased. You earned the right to a bit of normality.
That's me, Dad. Little Miss Normality.
I do hope so.
Does he know how much these cost?
Well, if you shrink, you'll never get them off. Come on, let's get you home out of these wet things.
I can't wait.
That's a lot better.
Trying to gas us.
I'll open a window. I've been thinking about how Debbie can get back to school and Sarah can be looked after.
Emily, I don't know how many different ways I can say this. Debbie's not going back. She can face up to responsibilities.
But I think I've got the answer. And it wouldn't have to be a burden on you or anyone else.
Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot.
I'm not. I'm sorry if you thought I was. I can look after Sarah during the day.
No way.
Well, why not? You all know me, and Debbie leaves her with me anyway, so Sarah knows me. And I've got time on my hands.
Yeah. Too much time because you've not got a life. Now, do you think I want my granddaughter brought up by a wet blanket like you? A sad case? A joke? Oh, don't you start.
You got it then?
Tomorrow.
It's always tomorrow.
I told you tomorrow, definitely.
Silly beggars, I'm going to flog the furniture.
No, please, Jimmy, don't, man. I'm getting set up here for the first time in my life.
You could have been set up with me.
Yeah.
I want the money, or your fancy fella's furniture goes, and I might just come back for some more.
Get gone.
Tomorrow.
I've told you definitely.
I mean it.
You shouldn't be leaving like this.
I need to get away.
It's not always the answer, you know.
Diane said you were poorly. What's up?
Oh, no doubt Diane will give it to you chapter and verse.
You're not the only one with problems, Petal.
You're supposed to be behind the bar. And you get back here as soon as you can.
I'm not sure I'll be able to.
You can do whatever you want, as long as you don't let some fella live your life for you.
You're brilliant.
So are you. Correction, you could be.